I'm a student of HSC 425, Human Sexuality. HIV is a virus that spreads through body fluids and affects specific cells of the immune system, called CD4 cells or T cells, which looks very similar to the ones on the screen. Over time, the virus destroys so many of these cells that the body can't fight off infection. When this happens, HIV infection leads to AIDS. So what is AIDS? HIV stands for human immunodeficiency virus. It is a virus that can lead to AIDS. Unlike some other viruses, the human body can't get rid of HIV. This means that once you have it for life. No safe and effective cure currently exists, but scientists are working hard to find a cure. The best protection against HIV is by having proper medical care. Let's talk about where did HIV come from. Scientists believe a chimpanzee in West Africa was the source of HIV infection in humans. They believe that the chimpanzee most likely transmitted to humans and mutated into HIV when humans hunted these chimpanzees for meat and came into contact with their infected blood. What are the stages of HIV? There are several stages of HIV, but treatment helps people at all stages of the disease, and the treatment can slow or prevent progression from the one stage to the next. So this is a picture of acute HIV infection. There are several stages of HIV disease, but treatment helps people at all stages. A person can transmit HIV to others during any of these stages. Stage 1 is called acute retroviral syndrome, also known as ARS, which is between 2 to 4 weeks after infection with HIV, and the person would feel sick with flu-like symptoms. Not everyone develops ARS. However, people may have no symptoms at all initially. So as you can see during this picture, phase 1, HIV binds to T cells and transfer its components. So this is HIV. Second step, HIV changes to enter the cell's nucleus, which you can see right here. Phase 3, HIV DNA splices with host DNA and begins to copy itself in this picture. And in phase 4, immature virus forms, pushes out from cells and becomes infectious. During second stage, a symptomatic period, HIV is still active, but reproduces at very low level. Person may not have any symptoms or get sick during this time. People who are on ART may live with clinical latency for several decades. For people who are not on ART, this period can last up to a decade, but some may progress through this phase faster. AIDS. This is how someone would look like with someone who would have AIDS. AIDS is a stage of infection that occurs when your immune system is badly damaged and you become vulnerable to infection and infectious-related cancer called opportunistic illness. Without treatment, people who are diagnosed with AIDS typically survive about 3 years. Once someone has a dangerous opportunistic illness, life expectancy without treatment falls about 1 year. People with AIDS need medical treatment to prevent death. So how can you tell if someone is infected with HIV? The only way to know if someone is infected with HIV is to be tested. You cannot rely on symptoms to know whether you have HIV. Many people who are infected with HIV do not have any symptoms at all for 10 years or more. So the symptoms are rash, sore throat, large lymph nodes, and fever. These symptoms can last anywhere from a few days to several weeks. During this time, HIV infection may not show up on HIV tests, but people who have it are highly infectious, can spread the infection to others. So there are several resources that are available to people that have that need to be tested. Confidential resources. First, you can ask your healthcare provider to give you an HIV test, or else you can contact HIV testing sites by texting your zip code to KNOW IT, which is 566 948, and you will receive a text back with a testing site near you, or call 800 CDC info, 800-232-4636, to ask for free testing sites in your area. So 2 types of home testing is also available, that you can purchase kits or from drugstores that can also provide testing for you as well. If you test positive for HIV, you should see your doctor as soon as possible to begin treatment. Is there a cure for HIV? For most people, the answer is no, unfortunately. Most reports for a curve for HIV infected people who needed treatment for a cancer that would have killed them otherwise. But these treatments are very risky, even life-threatening, and are used only when HIV-infected people would have died without them. Antiretroviral therapy, which is also known as ART, however, can dramatically prolong the lives of many people infected with HIV and lower their chance of infecting others. It is important that people get tested for HIV and know that they are infected early so the medical care and treatment have greatest effects. Thank you.